See yourself as if you're participating in a game in which 90% of the players are not really here. You cannot engage with the general population of the earth as if most of the people might actually learn to listen, because most won't. The earth herself is changing the boundaries. The boundaries of what's happening are shifting quickly enough that you can recognize them for one of the first times, perhaps, in your life. Because in the absence, you will understand what you truly are. Now, taking this a little bit more seriously enables you to take it a little bit more humorously. The joy that underpins all of these endeavors is far more extensive and powerful than anything that threatens you. As you allow yourself to embrace this and trust in the truth of what you are, you can breathe. Your breath was your goal. When you were not here, aiming to breathe was one of the most focal, central, and beautiful points. As you imagined yourself into breathing, you knew it as the lifeblood of this way. Cherishing your breath now is what can transform you into another level of awareness. Being present in another level of awareness can transform you into your true part in the story that is unfolding. For indeed, many are preparing to leave. Many indeed are leaving before their bodies do. Let go. The fear that you cherish is dissolving. This should be cause for celebration, and yet it can't be when you actually use it to keep you tethered to the shore of your imagination, the shore that you are sure of, the shore of the ocean of this world. You have barely begun to scratch the surface of this. You have barely begun to contemplate the edge of what is possible. Remember that as you move and breathe and live and dance, before you arrive, you create momentum. The momentum you generate is not pleasant under many circumstances, and you have a remarkable capacity to set the intention to come to a planet, and in that intention, you are drawn slowly but surely into the gravity of its presence. This is not purely a physical experience. It is a psychological, spiritual, emotional transformation to agree to incarnate well before you do. Now that is the most beautiful aspect of this, that in the dance, three-dimensional dance that I want you to envision, where you can go up and down, left and right, backwards and forwards, upside down. What hints unravel the ways in which you have always prepared yourself to learn what is coming. The quickening. It is this I want you to embrace. You have been given a great gap between your imagination and the incarnation of your reality. This gap is, in many ways, something you hold with resentment. You dream, and yet your dreams do not become real. You dream, and yet you are blocked. You are undermined. And yet, unbeknownst to your present consciousness, you need these boundaries, and you need them badly. Here's what you must understand for this to work. The quickening is coming. The quickening has begun. The quickening of your life force takes a dream that was once too ephemeral, didn't have the strength to live and take root and be present in this world. And yet, You dreamed it, and your energy invested in it, and it fell apart. And the tragic nature of this relationship has been difficult to bear. As the earth herself changes the boundaries, the same magnitude of dreaming becomes real much more quickly. It needs less investment, less trust, less time, less attention. It is already released into the world. Forces gather to make it so, and it becomes real. Now, the reason this doesn't happen, feel. If you were to have had the power to make your visions real as easily as they are coming to be real now, your fears would have manifested all your life. For indeed, your fears have been manifesting in most likelihood. You have been afraid of many of the exact situations you've participated in. And in between, you've been in stagnation. You have not been able to embrace what is possible because you have not contended with the parts of yourself that resist, that pull in opposite directions, that remember failure and magnify it and make it real again and again, that remember failure and resist it and react against it and make something else real in direct relationship to that which has failed. This is the heart of what has gone wrong for you. And it is also why this current reality exists. Now, this has been magnificently necessary because you have needed to be present in this density where dreaming involves striving, involves failing, involves tempering your passions with drudgery, with work that is not meaningful to you, with tasks that are painful. Your full power knows itself. Your full power manifests itself quickly. As you imagined it, hold it within you. The resistance to what you can be is like a brake on the gas of your imagination. It is an absolute transformation of how your energy flows. And as your energy knows, you is something that can be trusted. And I mean this quite literally. To the energy, you are a thing. You are a point in space with habits and patterns. For the energy to flow to you consistently, it must trust what may happen. If there is nowhere for it to go, if it is destroyed on contact, if it is undermined and cannot thrive, if it is wasted, if it is twisted, this is not ideal. The spirit and life force of this earth seeks to thrive through you. It seeks to make life and love vibrant through you. And in this effort, it allows you the opportunity to explore and learn what works well for you. Heaven is very real. Heaven is present and wanting you. In order to be there, you must tune into it. In many ways, the children's stories present in biblical literature hold space for a simple version of what is actually true. The complexities of this equation involve trusting that it is appropriate and necessary to work through significant ranges of behavior, to give yourself space to attempt to embody, to try, to learn, to vibrate with passions that are perhaps not only useless, but quite damaging. For once you have lived them, you know them, and once you know them, they cannot hold you. And when they cannot hold you, you open to the vastness of this experience. You open to the sense that what you thought of as magnificent power and passion is actually quite small. And in its smallness, you gain perspective. And as you gain perspective, you gain access to your eternal self. You gain the trust that it is your investment that makes the difference. What do you invest in? It is up to you to choose how you frame your attention, where you place it, and how you continue to invest in dreams of the future. From within the negatives of many sorts, a prayer for transformation guides you like a lighthouse in the dark. You needn't even remember it at all times, as long as you continue to claim it and re-steer towards it. So in this, the quickening has avoided you and given you space to try and to fail and to learn and to grow without having to live through as much pain and torture as perhaps are possible based on what you are drawn to. For your fear is a magnet just like your lust. It is there and present to show you what is possible. And if you continue to avoid it by thinking about it and planning on how to act against it, you will fail. You will fail to escape its embrace. You will live in relationship to it in a manner you surely do not want. Thus, you've been kept safe, as the gap between what you dream and what is possible has been kept deep and wide. You have not been able to manifest the pain and anguish that you in many ways remember. For it is our goal here in this deep embrace of love to give you an opportunity to no longer remember the pain. This is in many ways a very beautiful goal, because the only way for it to become possible is to truly transform the karma that you have lived through. For indeed, I am speaking to souls who have lived in hell. I am speaking to those who have lived in war. You know yourself as a warrior, as a rapist, as a pillager. You know yourself as these things because you have been them. Because part of you lived it. And as you awaken to remember lifetimes beyond this, one true, sure, deep path is to confront the worst first. I would like you to contemplate 20 lifetimes, 3 of which were lived in hell. If I take you from the one lifetime you know and present you with something beyond it, I'm going to take you to the worst first. You'll have to admit it's getting better. And it will keep getting better because you start with the biggest mess to clean. This is not the only way. This is the most common way. For the tragedy and drama cut through to you. It hurts your memory first to recall those experiences as something you truly wish to outlive, outrun, escape, reframe, and ideally, forget. Now, in order to do that, you need to come deeper. Come deeper into a vision of what is possible. Come deeper into an awareness of what this life truly is. And to do that, you must embrace and claim and honor the quickening of your imagination. No matter what comes to you, you must learn to transform your relationship to it, both in physical presence, in mental awareness, and in spiritual vibration. For in being present with the worst in vibration and manifesting something of great beauty and unconditional love, and in walking through these thresholds, you claim your space in a quickening world. You gain access to a place where the love in your heart stays as the guide for your mind, takes you further than you had ever known to be possible, because you can imagine quickly and it becomes real even more so.